Aloha and welcome to Mystic Wisdom Dialogues and Miracles. Yes, it's Sunday, January 11, 2026. And I want to remember to take off the musician die thing there. There we go. Yeah, good. Lots to share today. And I know most of you will be watching it on podcast because my IT, my tech guy, did not show up today, and he's the one that makes it live to Facebook and YouTube. So I hope you enjoy the replay. And yeah. So Monica, thanks for showing up. Why don't you unmute your mic and tell me how you're doing? I can't hear you. For some reason, your mic is not working. Hmm, that's bizarre. Let me check my audio receiving. Oh, I see. Uh, Audio settings. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Speaker. No, that's not right. Okay, Monica, now I should be able to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, John tried to reach you too. He was talking and he was speaking to you.
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah.
oh,
wait.
oh, yay. I'm so glad to, John, I'm so glad you're okay. I got worried there for a minute.
Well, I'm angry now because it's taken me 5 minutes to speak to you.
Well, we know what to do
Me
with
and Penny,
that. John, I love
me and
you.
Penny are both, me and Penny are both here.
Yay. I don't know why you guys are not showing up on my screen. That's so weird. I've had a few tech problems this morning, but I'm so glad that you're here. Excellent. Okay, I wonder why you're not showing up on my screen at all. Let me try a gallery. Let me try a gallery setting. Uh, hmm, it won't even let me in. Oh, here we go. View, gallery. Still, it only shows Monica. You guys are invisible there in the UK. It's so bizarre. Well, John, please speak to me. How you doing, buddy? I was concerned about you. Let's do something with your anger. Hello? Are you still with me?
But yeah, I'm still with you.
Oh, good. So, John, how are you?
Well, I'm all right. Anger is there.
Okay. Is that something you have all the time, or is this just kicked up because of what happened here?
Uh, it rides underneath the surface quite a lot.
Okay, and what do you attribute that to? Is it, yeah, please, in your own words. I don't want to assume anything.
Um,
I just wish I could see you, but that's okay. I can hear you.
I don't know whether I can attribute it to anything specifically. I mean, this week has been hard because I've been in pain a lot of the time, no, all the time. And although I understand the idea of saying, this isn't real, doesn't really help. It's an intellect.
I know. I hear
you
you.
know.
I
And although, yes,
Yeah,
the idea that God or the source only wants my happiness, well, where is it? You know, where has it been? Where is it?
sure. Thank you. That's a really good question.
Anyway, that may not be specifically what I'm angry at, but
Mm,
you know,
yeah,
I know it's not uncommon to be angry at God or your idea of what that is somehow.
yeah,
But how does one work with that in a practical way?
yeah, yeah. It's a really good question, and I've been dealing with the same answer myself, John. To be honest, yeah, been in a bit of pain, ongoing for a while, and what helps me, and I don't expect, this to be the same for everyone. Perhaps not even yourself, but what's working for me is to keep in mind, um, to cultivate a miracle mindedness, which primarily means reconstructing my belief at a subconscious level. Now, I'll give you an example. I live about a mile from the best coffee spot, a walk, yeah, about a mile walk, and I've had sciatica, ongoing, getting worse and worse for the last couple weeks, and I find myself getting quite angry because it's been going on for so long. And what I'm doing is I am very purposefully, very driven to change the belief that is in my subconscious mind about my body. I've discovered that I have a subconscious belief that my body has its own agenda. And you see, that's what medical science, allopathic medicine, is designed, is to fix the body's agenda. And of course, as you know, they tend to mask it quite a bit with pharmaceuticals. There's not any really psychology taught at the hospital or doctor level. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here, is to study A Course in Miracles and figure this thing out. So, what I do, because I don't take anything for the pain, I I trust my body never to give me more than I can handle in regards to that idea that it is separate from me. Because it's just an idea. It's an illusion. I'm totally aware of, according to the Course. And in that regard, what I've been doing is giving my body a lot more attention and love, even physically, on more often, quite a bit more often. And John, it's working. And how this looks. A week ago or so, I would get off the boat, start walking towards my latte, and within the first couple of minutes, I was in so much pain, I had to sit down. And so I would have to sit down maybe two or three times on the way to the latte and massage my leg, because I know that sciatica has everything to do with a lack of circulation. And I can feel it. in my nerves and in the lymphatic system, all the way from my hip to the three toes in the center of my foot. So I'll sit down for about a minute, maybe two, and I will massage my leg until the pain subsides. And my body responds because when I get up, there's no more pain for the next several minutes. So a week or so ago, I've had to stop two, sometimes three times within that mile going, and two times coming back. And what's happened lately, because I've been doing more also other exercises to loosen up my hips and get more circulation, just light exercises that I've learned from a couple different sources. And so the point of the story is also spending more time with my body as a really compassionate, caring parent, and my body being the child. And it has helped tremendously with not being angry anymore. Because what I realized weeks ago, I was angry at my body because I just wanted to believe something different and have it be well. I just wanted to give it the good old shamanic woo woo and have the pain go away. And what I mean by shamanic woo woo it's a mental application of connecting psychically with the cells, with the nerves, with the lymphatic system, and sort of loving it from a very psychic, in a very psychic way. Well, my body did not respond to that very well, and it made me angry. And I would get angry every time I was in pain and had to stop. Oh, damn this leg. I have to stop. So I have flipped that, is the point of the story, into treating it as if I had a child that was not well and that was so innocent it couldn't help itself. That it just really needed a really kind, loving, unconditionally loving parent in order to get better. And as we know, I mean, this is prayer. This helps everything when we do this. So I applied that, and it's working. It's working. I Yesterday was the first day I went the whole mile without having to sit down once. Yeah, and the pain did kick up right before I got to the three-story stairwell to the coffee shop. Yeah, it started to kick up before then, right at the end of the mile, but it wasn't unbearable like before. It was like the very beginning of the pain coming on 3 weeks ago, in the first couple of in the first minute or so, and then it would come on really fast, and I'd have to sit down. Well, that pain was the same as the first minute at the last minute now. So this tells me that this is working, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you can't massage your own body or body parts, whatever, um, I don't know what kind of program you have in the UK for medical assistance, but our health insurance, even at the lowest level in the United States, um, when prescribed by a doctor, we could see a physical therapist as many times as we want for no charge. So I don't know what that's like in your country. Do you have anything like that in the UK?
No, not really. No,
Are,
not in the NHS.
are you certain? Because I didn't know it was available to me till someone
Uh,
told me.
well, I've been down the route several times, and No, you just don't get that. You, you don't get it like that.
You don't get the caring you need.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of those folks. Like I noticed when I went to physical therapy, the guy I chose, he wasn't the best one, and I didn't know that until he couldn't show up, and they gave me someone else, a Hawaiian guy, and he was so good, so nurturing, so complete. I mean, he put an electric massager on my body. He soaked my shoulder in ice. He did all kinds of things that I didn't ask for. So finding the right one. So John, perhaps make yourself, even though you don't know how it can happen. That's really not your concern. The way we pray successfully with God is to feel worthy of receiving and let God take care of the details. So I hope some of this has helped you align with your anger and make it your friend um, in a way that, because if you're in a loop with anger, you're not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Um, you know that. You're a smart guy. So the loop has to be broken. So does any of this that I've shared with you make sense to you, John?
Yeah, there's some of it makes sense. I mean, I do massage my legs, not necessarily every day, and not something I would do when I was moving around, moving about. It's not really practical. But I mean, last week I had about half a dozen different aspects of my body were painful, including my back, which has been painful for 30 odd years. So it feels slightly different from something that's, well, you've had for just a few weeks, should we say?
Well, actually, my sciatica started 15 years ago, but I didn't pay any attention to it until it got so bad I couldn't walk.
Okay, well, fair enough.
I'm just, I don't know. It's interesting to look at our subconscious programming. Hmm. Oh, is your camera on? I, I should even see your
No,
name. I
so
should probably not.
no, it's not on. It's not very convenient for it to.
No, it doesn't matter because your name is not even showing up. So that means your camera's not going to show up either. Okay. All right. Well, hmm.
Well, can I say something?
Yes, please, Monica.
It just hit home for me. All this talk about anger and our feelings and so, and I was a master in criticizing, and it has not served me very well in my body. And whenever I talked with people who were in meditation or whatever blessings, they say anger is really almost poisoning to our system. And then I found this little Aloha spirit book from Serge King, and he talks about blessing everything,
Uh-huh.
affirming appreciation, anticipation, and he says um, the opposite. It refers to the opposite of blessing, namely criticizing, doubting, blaming, and worrying. And so he says the way to the right concept is blessing everything, affirming everything, and stay away from criticizing. Well, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff in my body, and I've seen my past being um, critical because I had a brilliant mind. I could see very clearly where other people were, and I thought I can see it and criticize it. And that was not the right way. So I created a body that is not very well right now.
Mm.
I'm trying to undo all those and finding a way. I found a wonderful saying from Cryon, and he said, God is not outside, God is in every cell of our being.
Mm.
So when we, as you said, love yourself, care for yourself, bless yourself, whatever you have, tend your body like a child, I think that is a very good direction. So.
Agree. Thank you, Monica. Yeah. Yeah, John, the other thing that comes to mind, thank you, Monica. It gave me time to recalibrate something else I wanted to share is that the worthiness of receiving a health, the worthiness of receiving health, the worthiness of feeling good. Um, my latest lessons in A Course in Miracles are telling me that all pain comes from judgment. So that would go along with what Monica just said about self judgment. And I have found this in myself. I'm laughing because I can't believe how much guilt I'm still carrying, even as a teacher of A Course in Miracles. It's almost like there is two of me. And I think this is pretty much true for everyone because we are light and um, we are spirit and we are physical as well. And it appears, quite contrary. The thoughts that come from both places are not the same at all. So that's where what I'm doing with the pain now, John, is working with my subconscious, and I'm identifying even the smallest amount of separation, which is it's actually a guilty feeling. It's a feeling of guilt with anyone or anything outside of me, as well as the way I relate to my body. And I am finding things that I could never identify before as being sourced from guilt. They're just thoughts, you know, like why don't I want to be with this person? Separation. I don't feel one with them, and there's some kind of unworthiness of being with this person because I feel um, they would judge me. I mean, there's all kinds of garbage that the ego is always throwing up. Um, and that's why the Course in Miracles says, I forgot to laugh. Because we know how silly all that stuff is. But in the bank account of the physical body, the cellular structure, it takes on those negative thoughts that have been looping automatically, involuntarily, forever, 30 years for your back, whatever. Um, but the point of this is the mind, first, it looks at there's something wrong and I have to fix it. That's just the logical mind, right? So we start going to the doctor, we start reading books, we start meditating, we try everything, right? And we're not able to bring the imbalance back to harmony, no matter what we try. And so what I'm finding is I'm having to dig deeper. And how I'm doing that is I'm working a lot more with my lessons, a lot deeper with my lessons, a lot more frequently with my lessons that cultivate What's the one I had today? Hmm. Eternity resides in me. Here it is. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. So those kinds of phrases can act like a mantra when we use them like a mantra, like all day long. It can flip the mind stream that is so grounded and rooted and in the gravity of the subconscious mind, which is the part of it that is a cesspool of negative thinking. It's very strong, very, very strong. And here's another metaphor that I discovered yesterday while I was setting up my Starlink on the boat. I had this power cord, this 50-foot, really thick black extension power cord, and it had been folded up for years, um, in like figure eights, like this. It had been folded up and then wrapped around and around and around and around. So as I plug it in, I realize it goes crazy because it wants to go back to where it's been for a couple years in that binding, right? So I unwrap it, plug it in, and I'm stretching it out, and it's very reluctant to go straight. It's very reluctant to heal and just be, you know, laying relaxed on all the way to the boat. So what I had to do is I had to go to all the kinks, that were like this, and I had to force them, and I had to keep massaging both sides, and when I let go, it would still go back. And so I'd do it again, and I'd bend it all the way the other way and massage it, and then it would start to feel better about being straight. And that's the same thing that's going on with our subconscious. It takes a lot of work, but if we look at the goal, which is not being in pain and not believing that we are a body, which is very hard when you're in a lot of pain. When you're in less pain, it's not so hard to use the mantra, I am not a body, and have it, the feeling of being light in the body, more prevalent with you. So we need to increase the volume on the correction of the error. We need to increase the volume on the correction of the error. And that's easy because you use your voice and you use your mantras and you use your ability to transcend the pain with the mantra in a meditation form. And what transcend feels like is your awareness while you're doing the mantra will become the mantra. Eternal holiness abides in me. If you said that 1,000 times in one day, in um, a very loving, devoted application, eternal holiness abides in me. It would create in your awareness a very beautiful distinction between who you really are and what your body's going through. And this is not a separation. This is an awareness of who you really are and what your body's going through. Does that make sense? John, what number would you give the pain you're in right now, 0 to 10?
6.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have a meditation. Are you willing? Excellent. All right. Let's all go vertical, which means to straighten our spine, open the crown chakra. You can be laying down. It's okay. It's not imperative to have a straight spine. And your spine could be straight if you're laying down flat. And then open your crown chakra and start breathing in golden sparks of white light from your higher self. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. And keep breathing it in until you fill your body with these sparks. Mm. Yes. Yes. Now we're going to start the mantra. Um, it's probably best to keep your mic muted so you can just not be self conscious about your voice being heard. So mute your mics and keep this vertical shaft of light flowing in as you begin the mantra. Eternal holiness abides in me. So start saying it and then take a deep breath between each time you say it and internalize, embody what you're saying. Eternal holiness abides in me. Yes, yes. Use your breath. And as you say the mantra, allow your awareness to connect to the eternal holiness within you. When you keep repeating it, you're creating a vibration to open the channel to God. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Practice the rhythm that I'm doing. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. You can call respond or you can do it with me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides within 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 me. Allow this light to spread all around your body. Eternal holiness abides within me, into every cell of your body. Eternal holiness abides within me. 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 Relax your body as you say it. Eternal holiness abides within me. That's right, more and more relaxed. Every muscle relaxing as you repeat this mantra. Feel the love that's coming in from our Creator, our Father. It is His eternal holiness that abides within us, as us, for us. One more minute. Eternal holiness abides in me. 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 3 more. Abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in me. Okay, stop the mantra verbally. You can do it in your mind if you want. And keep breathing in deeply, golden white light, into your beautiful temple for God, known as a body. Hmm. So when you're ready, John, I want you to assess what level of pain you're in and report.
Well, I feel I feel calmer. I'm not sure how much what has changed with the pain, particularly.
Was there any other change? Your perspective, perhaps.
I, I feel a bit more grounded, a bit more in my body, maybe.
You don't sound angry to me.
Okay, well,
Are you still angry, John?
well, it's not at the surface. I don't know. So
Oh, you're so precious. I'm going to give you a scientific fact, my friend. When the body is completely relaxed, when all the muscles are relaxed, it is impossible to hold anger. Because anger is a contraction and it cannot live in an expansion. Now, anyone listening can hear in your voice the peace that you just cultivated. And that's a good step in the right direction. Wouldn't you say?
it's a step. Yeah.
You're even giggling. That is so far from anger. Oh, I'm so glad you showed up. I couldn't believe how insecure I felt when I couldn't find you. Like, where is he? Where is he? And ironically, there's no picture of you. There's no proof on my screen that you're actually here. I can hear your voice though. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Does Penelope want to share something? You can put no in the chat, or you can just be silent. Okay. Monica, would you like to share anything?
Yes, yes. I think what I realize is like when we do this kind of work and acknowledge our divinity within ourselves, we nourish ourselves. And our ego is also part of our life. And the ego wants to come in big time and guide us too. So we are looking at two directions. We going into the peacefulness and say, oh, this is wonderful. And then the ego has something to say in the back there too. And we need to find out the different voices or the different stages where is harmony, where is nourishment and all that stuff. And sometimes it's very difficult to see that the ego is not quite nourishing because it's very convincing. So yeah,
Mm,
I think that's what is on my agenda to find out how the ego would like to be part of everything, but it's really not having um, the input that I can have when I focus on uh, divine present. So,
mhm. Beautiful. Thank you. It's as if the mind, we want it to become the servant of the heart.
mhm.
And it is the mind that telling us that everything's wrong and we need fixing. And it
Yeah,
is the heart
because
that is telling us we're immortal beings, just having a dream. Sometimes it's not a friendly dream. I had a couple of really bad dreams last night, actually. I was so glad when I woke up. It's amazing how fear can creep into your dreams and show you how fearful you are, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
There's so much buried in the subconscious.
Yeah.
We have no idea how much is there. And I'm convinced that that's what's causing my pain.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's another mantra, I am as God created me. Innocent, wise, healthy, and free. So, John, you might want to write that one down. Because if you say it all day long, you'll be you'll be manipulating your vibration into such a high state it will affect the physical body. Guaranteed. Just like it affected your mood today with the anger. Powerful. The Hawaiians, they saw so much power in the word. They were very careful with the words chosen, and that's why they left to chant so much to change the vibration in the moment, make it more harmonious, if you will. John, do you have anything else to share, my friend? We have about 5 minutes left.
No, not really. No, not at this point.
Okay. Is there anything else I could do for you?
Uh, no, that's all right. No. What? I don't know what you mean.
Well, I don't know what I mean either. I just am willing to help. So, John, are you willing to practice some little mantra work this week and let us know next week if it had any effect at all on your pain?
Yeah, no, I can add that into the mix of, of what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, because those two, the one I use the most is I am as God created me, innocent, wise, healthy, and free. See, because everything God creates is not physical. He's the source, the energy behind the physical, but he doesn't create the physical. He only creates things that are eternal and immortal. Everything God creates lives forever, has no beginning and no ending, just like him. And we are that. So when I say, I am as God created me, I am proclaiming my immortality. I'm proclaiming um, that the eternal abides in me. And so when I add those other words, I am innocent. I am as God created me, innocent, wise, healthy, and free. These two mantras, that one and the other one I gave you today, would be perfect for people in hospice who are taking their last breaths and they want to bridge really smoothly, go without any fear at all with a mantra. By the way, guys, I have a question for you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just do something here. Oh,
John,
Yeah. Well,
is my visual presentation clearer for you today? Because I spent a lot of money trying to do that. Because I was told in the last couple of weeks I've been very blurry, going in and out. Do you see any difference with today? John? You're muted.
I don't think there's any real improvement way.
Really?
No.
Wow. Was I
So
was I blurry at all today?
uh, but you're not sharp.
Really? I'm not sharp.
No.
Okay. That's not good. All right. I'll work on it some more. All right, my friend. I'm going to send us off with a prayer. We have a couple of minutes. So, Father, thank you so much for the blessing of this transmission today. Thank you for your love and your clarity and all that you've given us here to work with. And thank you for life itself and what it's teaching us through pain and through laughter, through joy. Hold us in your loving arms, one with the sun, just like the song says, that we may feel your will for us as happiness more consistently every day. And we bless all those that are turning towards you for evolving their soul, reprogramming their mind, and cultivating the oneness that we have with you into an experience, not just an intellectual concept. Thank you for this blessing. And we bless all the teachers of the light, of spirit, of forgiveness. And we do want to remember that forgiveness is the key to freedom, to innocence, the antidote to all judgment, innocent perception through forgiveness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We send this prayer off. Amakoa mai ka poai ola ho'ikea mai ke ola. A mama o noa, lele vale akuala. Blow it off, and so it is. Oh, well, God bless you guys. Have a good week. And I hope to see you next Sunday. Ahui ho! Malama pono.